And this is gonna be our last attempt. If it keeps fucking up, we just gonna wipe it for now. We'll be back. It's cause it's red. No, it's not even red. You're lying to me. But it keeps fucking me. So if we keep getting fucked, we're just gonna be back
so
later.
Confused, dude. Like I thought you turned what?
What?
I thought the red meant that it was on.
No, 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 no. It's just sometimes it bugs out and it'll have red, and I don't.
Nothing's happening.
It went red, not red. But sometimes it fuck up. But so far so good. All right, so
Columbus thinks.
they can hear
All
it.
of
Sweet.
governments are done. Columbus also has a list of rules. Number one being cardio, which is probably why it spread
Yeah,
so
so
fast in the U.S. The next
I'd
is
have
some
to mute it.
advice that I think everyone knows at this point.
time I
To
talk,
double
I gotta,
tap,
like,
which
click them.
coincidentally will be the next movie we cover after this, Joy Abound. And we now head into the aforementioned
Or,
excellent
you know what I
intro,
could
which,
do?
some of this will definitely have to be blurred, but moving on. As we head to Garland, Texas, which is hilarious because I live in Georgia, and most of this thing actually appears to have been filmed here. This is actually LaGrange, Georgia.
Yo, peace.
I know that gas
Appreciate the
station.
follow.
Actually,
Peace.
some of this was filmed in my hometown where I have lived, just down the
Peace.
road, and I was a
Camera all
kid.
crazy
So
like.
obviously, I'll have to nerd out about that fact, as I know where everything is. Anywho, Columbus has stopped at the gas
We
station. After
should
being
play
attacked
it.
by a group and outrunning them because of his cardio ability, he ends up
Can't let
crashing
them
his car
see the
after
boo,
one
you
was
know what I'm
actually
saying?
in his car. He gets out and then double taps it, and you have to ask, where were the
Said
other
the boo.
guys chasing him?
Can't let
So
them
now
see
we
the
get some
boo
backstory.
thing.
Going from Austin,
Know what
Texas,
I'm
to the
saying?
real apocalypse
That's-
zone known as Columbus,
As
Ohio.
for me,
As he
that's
walks
my
along,
rage
another man
inducer.
who rolls up,
Or
who will
reducer,
unfortunately be known
not-
as Tallahassee.
You do.
They have a standoff for a moment as Columbus gives the international symbol for hitchhiking.
Let me see.
Talk
Oh,
about
you
where
just
they're
cracked it a
headed as
little bit. That's
Tallahassee
all good.
leads
You
the
figured it
farthest
out.
as far as Texarkana. As they
That's
drive
it.
along, we will get to the zombies soon enough, but they stop to check out a hostess truck where they find a bunch of snowballs, which are actually pretty good when I used to eat them. As they continue on their journey, as Columbus then stops off to take the Browns to the
all
Super
you
Bowl,
wanna
we get even
do-
more backstory. My man here was playing World of Warcraft in its prime. In fact, I still need to go back as a paladin and backhand the Lich King sometime soon. But as he was raiding with his bros, his neighbor shows up to ruin raid night. She talks about how a homeless guy attacked her and bit
Keep
her, which is
that.
pretty normal for Austin, Texas, which then spreads the infection, as we will come to find out. He's had the hots for her for a while, so she falls asleep on his couch, but then he wakes up and she begins to attack him. Turning into a massive game of keep away, he
Hold on,
manages to
stream.
elude her for taking her out with a toilet cover, which kicks off the whole escape plan. Here we get actual confirmation, which, having worked with diseases, bro, they botched the explanation here. It was pretty bad. But then again, remember that like era when all zombie movies were like, oh yeah, it's a bacterial infection, but it's actually a virus? They did the same thing here. Mad cow became mad human, became mad zombie. It was a fast-acting virus that left you with a swollen brain and a raging fever, as well as a taste for who flesh. Wait, that's the Grinch, never mind. A taste for human flesh. Mad cow, however, was not a virus, but in fact a prion disease, which is a misshapen protein that your body cannot destroy, but it's way more horrifying than that, which we will get to in the science portion of this episode. Just know it's not a virus. Also, for everybody still watching that may be new to this channel, I do cover summaries, but then the last, second half of the video is always about science. I had somebody who was like, oh, I just thought you were doing like a lame recap, which thanks for that. But no, it's a science-based thing. It's just maybe people haven't seen the movie that I've seen, so I cover it for them. Anyways, driving along, they spot that really it doesn't matter where you are, the infection is everywhere. They discuss where they are really headed because there is no place that's going to be untouched by this. Heading to Blaine's grocery store, which I'm fairly certain is North Georgia near Blairsville. I'm assuming at this point we are like in the first year of the infection process, given how the grocery stores hadn't really been raided completely as of yet. But as they walk through, a woman then exits out the back. The younger sister has apparently gotten bitten. They hand over the old pellet thrower to Wichita, which then, she's supposed to take out Little Rock, but instead of doing that, they just end up robbing. I mean, survival is important, so then Tallahassee and Columbus are now walking. Interestingly, Little Rock then talks about how she almost passed for a zombie, which in the movie Maggie, she becomes a zombie. Alright, nerd out time. So, it's my hometown, actually right here. This is Noonan Square. It basically looks like this all the time. As they walk through, it's kind of surreal, because if you look in the back, you can see Bank of Coweta in front of the tank. Not the worst bank in the world, but I do have my beefs with them. Stepmother actually used to work for them. Ugh. Tallahassee breaks a minivan as they then head to the surrounding residential area. And I know it doesn't look like much, but that's just Georgia in late fall. Everything kind of is gloomy at that point. Tallahassee then finds a Hummer with a bag of force multipliers in the back, and thanks God for rednecks, which correct. I'm a firm believer in stay strapped or get clapped, and that's exactly what you will find in the surrounding neighborhoods. Tallahassee begins talking about his puppy named Buck. He's just on basically a tour of fun after losing a loved one. But as they continue along and they find a Cadillac from earlier that was stolen, Tallahassee then goes to check it out and finds that it's empty as he signals to Columbus to drive down. As he gets in the Hummer, well, they've already taken over Columbus for the second time, but this time Wichita and Little Rock take them along, considering, I mean, again, they had already gotten robbed twice, so kind of like a double jeopardy thing. But apparently they also used to take advantage of people who were interested in Wichita, so it's unsurprising that they were able to overcome Columbus.
Hey yo, Kickstream stop benefits.
They're headed west for quite possibly one of the most horrible ideas.
That's a
He
bot.
excited.
They're heading
It's a
to
bot.
a highly
He
populated
excited.
area with a massive population density to go to a place called Pacific Playland. Wichita basically tells Columbus everyone in this
fire
town,
can't be on
or everyone
fire.
in his town, is already turned into zombies, which sort of bumps him out because that means his family's gone.
True.
Later that night, they then
That's
find a
true
car for Columbus to, take and then go home. But considering he has nowhere else to go, he decides to just stick with a hot chick and a guy named Yugling who actually know how to fight zombies. Probably some good thinking. Driving through what I can only assume is the Southwest, but actually probably just South Georgia because the state has like 20 different geologies and climates. They destroy-
Oh
We also
shit,
get more words of wisdom from Tallahassee.
bro, with the resub, my man. Be Virl, damn me up, Virl. You're. Hey, that was terrible. That was terrible. Hey, shit, my
They
man.
thought I wouldn't notice. Too bad they didn't realize.
My
I'm an absolute
man.
nerd for this
Did
stuff.
I
Entering
get
the city,
enough
which
with ya?
seems like literally the worst idea I've ever seen in my life. They stop and grab a map, which also seems
Nope,
incredibly
ain't
risky.
getting no
Heading to
wood.
Hollywood Hills. I mean, I guess it is. I
Oh,
have no idea. I've never
well.
been there. They then head to a house with BM on the gate. Heading inside, my
I
God,
can share your
it's
channel
Bill
with my
Murray's
community
home.
to help you
As they
gain more
check it out,
followers
Bill
and
Murray's
viewers.
not
Hey.
Wow, so melts is in the home. Bill walks
Oh,
in,
shit.
Billy Boy with a golf club, where then they get some more interesting
Extreme
information.
top
So,
benefit.
makeup helps him blend in with other zombies.
Organic
It's
followers.
a synth-based thing,
Oh,
not
we
just a
just checked
visual
your
thing, which seems like it
stream.
would make it rather
And we
easy
see
to
you
survive
right
this
there.
if you could pretend like
Damn.
But that'll
Their
change
Discord
in a
name
second.
is Stream Success
Anyhow,
Coach.
They proceed to smoke tobacco.
That's
leaves.
crazy.
It is tobacco.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
are you
We'll
a?
take no more questions.
I'm just
but then they
taking a
had this
guess.
awesome
Are
idea
you a
because they were
success
smoking
coach
tobacco
for streaming?
to sneak up
For
on
a
heavily
streamer?
armed survivors.
Could be
Brilliant.
just the
So as Bill
name.
goes in, Columbus then puts a shot into his sternum, only to realize he's not actually a
God
zombie.
damn it.
So then Bill
43
passes after
minutes.
a really long breath, and they throw him off.
43 minutes,
play.
play. Ooh.
And alert every infected within a few mile radius that they are there. Later that night, for some reason, the power of the house is still working. Which is
Yo, you
surprising.
good?
Tallahassee
I
then
was
goes
trying to
talk
get
about
you,
Buck, which was actually his son.
Say my
He
name.
and his
Say
son
my
made,
name.
Which was a duct tape wallet. God, you
Uncle
say
Mike-
my name.
Uncle Mike loved that shit, dude. He was fucking loving that. Like every single time he was passing the blunt and he held it for longer than like 2 seconds. Like, say my name.
Say my
Oh,
fucking
Yeah, it
name.
wasn't always fucking, but there was definitely some times. Say my fucking name.
I love that shit because I didn't even say it. I only said it like, say my name. Say my name. So,
Nah,
like,
it was
you
just
or
it was
Mike
just
and
Brian just always cause he got a kick from it. So it was just like a meme. It was just memeing with you. It was funny as shit.
Dude, it was just so funny because it was like,
Meanwhile, at Playland, Wichita turns on the power of the
You started that whenever Kyle was coming over to his
No,
house.
it was Kyle. It wasn't Mike.
everything.
It was
Yeah,
It
what
was
about all
Kyle,
the
yeah,
and
but it would be
alert
me
the
doing
horror
it to
it
you.
does.
It was,
As
I
they
don't
load their
think,
eyes,
maybe
infected
Donnie or
jumping
someone,
over
like
fences.
Kyle
At this
did it
point,
too,
Columbus
but it was
decides to
mostly
alert
me.
Wichita
Like I was
as
like,
the
bro,
scene
like I'd be like, bro,
continues.
and then I wouldn't say
Running back
shit.
to
I'd
the
just
car,
hold it there, and
they
you would
allow the
look and you'd be
car.
like, bro, say my name.
Alright, so now it turns to
And Brian
And
over
Brian
there.
loved that
Dude,
shit. He was
Brian
like,
was in the kitchen.
yeah.
and he
Do
just
pick
heard
and
yell,
Columbus his bike, and Tallahassee then realizes that he's probably not got him, so he agrees to go
So
help him
good,
and go
dude.
after the
I
other
love
two.
it. It was
They then,
great.
like on the ride, they corner themselves on a ride that
Damn it! I
involves
wish I had a little like
Very good.
trash can,
So as
cause
it
I
descends to the
I
horrible
love
low,
just doing it like
they're able to take out the control box, which stops.
I don't know why.
letting
So
them
much.
get torn
There's so
apart.
much more like room to fuck up
Oh,
compared
Having
to.
unseen, they realize that maybe these two do require their assistance, which sends Tallahassee on a spree.
My bad, ho. My
Columbus
bad.
call him,
Come
Ohio
on,
for
3
some
more
reason.
chops,
I
bruh.
think this may
Do
explain
it.
the movie, I have no
Oh.
idea. But Tallahassee then runs off, drawing the infected. Thus ensues a
Cha-ching.
massive fight scene where one infected like when they go in the scare house, literally gets
Hell
stuck in
yeah.
the mouth of the
Hell
hydraulic
yeah.
press
You're almost
of like
hard,
what is essentially a
dude. You're
T-Rex,
almost
which
hard.
seems like a massive
Nah,
safety hazard
I got
for anyone
easy.
who is just like casually visiting. At this
I don't know
point,
how to make
Tallahassee
holy
then locks himself
dust.
in a shed
I
and
don't make
continues
holy
taking out the
dust.
infected, as each individual has to deal with their
I'm
own
fucking up.
infection until Columbus
I'm
finally
fucking up.
comes face to face with his own phobia, a clown. Which, judging by the state of the world
Clowns.
today, aren't we all clowns? Anyways, overcoming
wow.
his fear,
Okay.
he ends up taking it out, which then, Wichita
Yeah.
gets all hot and
Alright,
bothered
well, I
by
don't
that,
need
and
to
then
do this
tells
anymore, so no
him
more
her
you.
real name, which is my ex-girlfriend's name, Good Luck Bro, which I suppose
While
is just the first
I'm
name, so her real
doing
name is Kristen.
nothing.
Anyways, as he then brushes her hair over her
Yeah,
ear,
good luck, bro.
and then they go, like, she says, we gotta go
Fucked up.
find Florida. Why does she keep calling them by the states? It's not their actual name. Like, this
gotta
had
go
to have
find
been a mistake.
Tallahassee.
Anyways, Columbus then takes out a Twinkie box, for which Little Rock saved a Twinkie for Tallahassee. Ah, all's
Might
well
as-
that ends well. Except not really, because now we head into the major downgrade. I know, I'm in as much pain as you about this, and I mean, normally I would say the sequel isn't important, but in this case,
So that
it
shit.
actually shows there is a progression of the disease, which we
Wait, you-
still need
so-
to
so-
know to discuss the pathophysiology. So,
You
here we
can,
go.
I don't like
Warning
to.
you, put a helmet
Hell
on.
yeah.
Start off with the movie actually
I
acknowledging
don't know
it's
if that's a
been
full
1,000
number. I
years
think that's
since
just
the
for
last
Twitch because that's the
infected have now been
main.
evolving into different variants of the infected.
See how it
Here's
says
that
Twitch?
eventually the body would reach
That's like the
equilibrium
main
stasis,
thing for stream mode.
utilizing
You could
Freon,
set it to something
which,
else,
I
but
mean,
I have it set to
suppose it
Twitch.
should basically do as long as you're surviving.
I think you can
but
main,
this
unless
has
Twitch is
had
one of
some
the mains.
beneficial and also some detrimental effects on the body. The first one is known as a homer. A homer is incredibly dumb. The brain appears to have been heavily affected by the infection to the point that it will make them largely unobservant.
As a
or
streamer, I
clumsy,
just never want to
indicating
know
that
because I
likely
just
there's
I
issues
always,
with
no matter what, always stream like
Yeah.
there's someone
The
watching.
second variant is known as
Then it
Locke.
doesn't get
This particular
boring.
type of infected appears
It
to
just
have
seems like you're a
arisen from someone
professional
who
yapper.
was already quite intelligent in their uninfected life and managed to retain some of that intellectual integrity. While not overly strong, they can problem solve to near human levels, meaning more
Fuck.
planning would be needed to be involved in dealing
I'm gonna
with these
yap the
particular infected.
shit out
The
of
third
you.
variant is a much more
Hold up, I
dangerous
like to
form
keep
than
this
the
shit
others, affectionately known
older.
as the ninja. They choose to stalk the uninfected rather than just
no.
outright confronting them in the open. This has led to people getting quickly
Yeah.
overwhelmed in small spaces and either being infected or
Gold's
being
more than
by the
Mithril?
infected. Either way, not ideal. There is a fourth variant, but we aren't there yet, so moving on. We meet up
What
with
about the
Columbus,
gems?
Tallahassee, Little Rock, and Wichita, and more Metallica, because we
I
didn't
know,
need
I
anything
know.
else, of course. You can't hear it because Metallica has a history of destroying those who use their music through copyright, but the group is taking the White House at this point. Taking over the White House, everyone just continues to sort of age as the slow, crushing reality of time passing sets in. Little Rock at this point is attempting to find a dude,
Fuck are these?
and yeah, that's the basis of the whole movie. Oh, God. Every morning, it's Christmas morning. And now that they're safe in this safe area, Tallahassee gives Little Rock a force multiplier from the king, also known as Elvis Presley.
Well, you know
Which I
what?
have an interesting fact about that. First, I went to school with Elvis's grandniece, I believe it was. And second, since I live in that area that I do, I actually ended up almost buying their house when they were selling it back at the tail end of 2021. It's actually a really small world out there. So later on, Columbus and Wichita share a moment that then goes horribly wrong. That old Papa Roanoke is going to give you some advice. If you ask a woman to marry you and she says no, like 95% of the time, it's time to head to the bar and then meet someone new because it ain't likely to change. Anyways, Columbus gets blown out of the sky because there's no therapist to help people get past their hangups. And also, how is there still power here? Well, I do suppose it is White House, so maybe that's why. But as Columbus walks through, Tallahassee is standing there. He tells Columbus that he has bad news. Apparently, Wichita and Little Rock failed again. Like, I get the first time, right? I mean, they didn't really know each other, and they had just met, but it's been like 10 years at this point. It seems a little odd to be bailing out right now. And worst of all, they took the beast. So we jump over to Wichita talking about how annoying having a boyfriend is, and then they come up on a hippie standing in the middle of the road. Fast forward a few weeks,
The
and Columbus is taking it pretty
fuck?
hard. As they go through the mall on segways, they then just start taking out infected, as Columbus then hits the candle shop because Zombieland smells terrible. As he does, a random woman just shows up there, and that also looks like my other ex-girlfriend. I'll tell you, a whole lot of this movie is weirdly nostalgic. So then they hit it off and then go back to the White House, and there's nothing like a rebound. Tallahassee then at this point tells Columbus that the next day he's gonna head out because he's salty about Little Rock leaving. Then as soon as they get to the other room, it's literally a college frat party in July. Great times. Tallahassee then
Great
hears
times.
something, so he and Columbus both go check it out. Heading into the garage, Wichita has come back. Apparently Little Rock has gone missing, so she came back for supplies. She mentions how they picked up a guy from Berkeley, and then Tallahassee is livid that she's dating a musician who's a pacifist as well. Agreed. I don't think you can be a pacifist in Zombieland. Wichita then literally nopes out from the cringe that was happening, which then gave Little Rock a chance
Easy
to leave.
peasy.
So then Little Rock apparently also noped
action.
out because she's like totally in love, you guys. So 75% of
One
the
day.
squad is back
It took
together
him
now.
one day
Wichita
to get
then
a thing
informs
that,
them that there's a new
it
type
was
of
free.
infected out
It
there
was
that's way
flooded by
stronger and
the
more
storm.
resilient than normal.
Completely
So as they
flooded.
discuss that,
One day,
old
it
Cantaloupe
has it
Roll
working
comes down and
perfectly
barges
fine.
into the moment.
For real?
Hey,
For real.
Columbus was a free agent at this point, so can you really blame him or get that mad?
It
The
still
next
has
morning,
What's he
a
they
doing
get
with
out
the
in the minivan
fucking
and
bag?
take
What's-
Graceland
It's because
to Little Rock's
his
back,
fuel,
because apparently that's where she was
fuel line
headed.
had a leak, so
Truly.
he just used the bag.
It feels
to
like a
seal the
freaking
leak.
soccer mom moment.
That's
While they get ready to
hilarious.
go, Madison then
She
shows
is so
up and they leave
fucking
all of her
epic.
stuff behind, which will probably be important
Check
later.
it out.
Jumping over to Little Rock and the musician whose literal name is Berkeley, which is hilarious. The rest of the crew then stops off to scoop up an RV, which will be way
Do I
better traveling
use
arrangement.
this?
Heading down off the bridge, they then approach the RV as Madison then goes to open the door, but an alarm goes off, alerting the
Look
infected.
how much
in the
money
area.
I could get for
Columbus
that
climbs
shit.
up, telling everyone where the infected are running from. Quite effective at taking them down, as one then starts
What am I
climbing
doing?
up. It's a Homer though, so they ignore it. But then a Hawking has climbed up, and it basically gets got after jumping after Columbus. As they look out and see another one, they then open up on him, but the rounds don't seem to be doing much. They call it a T-800 as it keeps getting up. Stronger, deadlier, and harder to kill, which requires the non-upple tap, which is, more than the double tap. It's actually 9 of them, and it actually brings it down finally. These require headshots to basically put it out of its misery. Heading into the RV, I'm required by law to tell you that gas in no way, shape, or form would be functional at this point. All the injectors would be clogged because as water and lighter hydrocarbons evaporate out of the fuel,
Oh, gross.
it basically turns to varnish. With fuel stabilizers,
What gas
it can be
turns
about
into
year and
after
half
a
of
while?
good
Like
fuel.
heavy and
But
sticky
within
and shit?
typically about 6 months, fuel destabilizes. So, like, the densest part that's left over won't really burn, but it will definitely wreck your
Like a
engine.
Reddit,
if
he'll
you
make
slug?
it work.
Careful, and I say that because
It's
one
like the whole
guy
thing out
is
and
gonna
make it
tell
work
me
somehow.
in the comments that he had fuel in his garage for 2 years and it totally still worked. Yeah, it's not like putting water in the gas tank, but it's horrible for your engine. And then I would tell you try using 10-year-old fuel.
So what are you
and let me
doing?
know how that works. As then take off
this?
with the magic fuel that
Creating bars.
immediately, works.
And then
they
like
hit
creating,
spikes
you
that
have like a
prevent theft
mastery
as
level,
they head
like
back
that
to the
started
main
from
goal,
only
one.
doing
meaning
one
this whole
tick at a
thing was a
time.
waste of time.
Yeah, you
However, it
can't
did
like
make them aware of
fish,
the
smith,
800s.
mine, you can't
as
do
the
all
ride
that, you can only do
continues,
one
Madison
thing.
starts
But
talking
while I'm
about
doing this,
Uber,
I can
but
like,
in this timeline, it doesn't make any sense.
Your
And as she
town
talks,
shit,
she
so you're
burps and appears to
controlling
be
a town?
suffering from some sort of ailment.
yeah, like I
Pull
have
over as
this
they
is my
think she's
town,
infected.
and you
She
like
starts throwing
build
up as the
this
group
shit
discusses
up.
Can you
who
attack
wants to
other
take her
people?
out. And part of the group appears to be gleeful about that. Columbus then follows her into the woods as Madison takes off, but Columbus apparently puts her down and then heads back
You
to the
can't
car.
attack
They then head
towns,
out
but
and
you
continue
can
their
like
trek
go to
Memphis.
these
Later that night, they wake
arenas.
Tallahassee up as they pull up, but they don't see the beast.
These are
or
combat
Little
areas.
Rock, and
In
Graceland
the
is
Slayer
just pretty much
areas,
just
I don't
a house.
know
They
exactly
continue
the
on
difference
as they
between
found
Slayer
one
and
place
combat.
still up and running, and then spot the beast parked out
Because
front.
I thought
So
it was just
Little
like
Rock
you
must be
click a
there.
bunch of shit, you leave
Tallahassee
it
goes
AFK,
and
and then
puts
you
on
level up to
Elvis's
like a
shoes, or at
million.
least tries to, but they
No.
don't fit. However, they
There's
do
a
fit
lot.
Columbus very well. As
There's a
Tallahassee then
lot
suspends
to it.
the
Like
road
I
to
joined the
Tempo,
Discord,
which again, this
started
place has
asking
not been
questions.
cleared. Seems like a bad idea to
I
turn
must
back on
know.
anything.
It's not that.
Wichita
And everything's
goes
linked.
to
Like, look,
a woman named
dude.
Nevada
If
then
I'm
shows up and
confused,
smacks
although you can
Tallahassee
still
in the
get
face. This
confused
results in a standoff as Nevada
with
tells them Little Rock ran
like
off with
it's
Berkeley
even
a few
having the
days
wiki.
ago,
But like
leaving
I
the
was like,
car
what the
behind.
fuck is this shit?
That's a
Like,
really
I
bold
see that
strategy,
it
Kyle.
takes
Let's see if
away
it pays off.
10% of like the
Nevada then
interval
goes on to
for
say that
astrology.
Google worried them.
But I was so
Nevada then
curious.
goes on to
But
say
the
that Berkeley
wiki
wouldn't
is
shut
on
up
every
and said
fucking
that they were
item.
headed to a place called Babylon, and as we
item.
see it, they're
So
just
you can
leading
kind
the
of
horde
look
of
at
infected there
and
as
see
well. Tallahassee and
how to
Nevada then
make
hit
it,
off pretty
the
much
uses
immediately due
for
to their
it.
mutual love of Elvis, of course, and Little Rock
But
and
like
Berkeley
this,
went to Babylon.
I got from
There
like
are no force multipliers allowed here.
I
which
did
is
a
great
task
idea
and it
because
gave
of
me
all the
3,000
infected.
of them.
They actually melt them
I
down.
could either
and
use
give
them
them
or sell it
credits
for a
instead.
lot of fucking
Bruh.
gold,
Meanwhile,
dude.
back at Graceland too, Electric
So, for a
Boogaloo,
lot of fucking
a
gold.
dude with a monster truck has
It looks like
arrived.
there's
They have a nice
nothing else
discussion
that's
about using
used
Nevada's
for
driveway,
bonfires.
as we now see the
It's
similarities
10%
between the
strong
groups.
sheep.
Albuquerque
I
and
feel like
Flagstaff
it
are
really would
essentially
help out with
Tallahassee and
that.
Columbus.
Especially if you
Rules
go
and
like
commandments.
AFK or
They
some
say that they
shit.
were headed out to the mountains, but then ran into what they call bolts.
Or
out
you
on
could
the
make-
plains. These infected are much
You
stronger
can make a
and
level
athletic
4.
as they have to run down their prey.
You just
and do not
for
get as
some-
many chances at it. Hence the
For
infected
me,
chasing
I have
the car
to
back
le-
to Babylon.
okay.
Group 1
I have
calls
to
the
have
T-800s,
level
as I said
90?
earlier, and
Level
they are
90
pushing the
what?
beast as they are running out
What
of
is it
food.
saying?
As the group
Mastery level
talks and
90
drinks, there's a
and
few T-800s that have followed them back. Albuquerque and Flagstaff then head out there to deal with the infected.
Yeah.
As they appear to deal with
Need to be
them,
level
they then
91.
head back inside and they spot a bite mark
Astrology?
on Albuquerque's arm. As he says it's just a tattoo, nobody really believes him, and he begins turning right in front of them. He starts puking as Kirk then tells on Flagstaff that he was bit twice,
What do I
and
have
he
to be
starts
level
throwing up
90
too.
for?
He immediately changes as they are way stronger than normal. Interesting as this denotes an actual strain of prion that requires you to be
confused.
infected in this way, seeing as they are stronger than normal. Again, only brain shots appear to actually put them down. Dealing with these two, they now then head out to Babylon to go get Little Rock because the T-800s are headed towards them.
Hold
Tallahassee
on.
goes to get the monster truck and immediately breaks the
tell me
vehicle as
now.
both cars are ruined at this point. Once again,
Requires.
back to the trusty minivan of masculinity. As they drive along, they spot the circus vehicle from earlier, and Madison is alive once more. They pick her up as she tells them that she has a nut allergy and she wasn't actually infected and she actually had an EpiPen.
This is what I
in her
don't get.
suitcase. As they drive, they discuss where they should actually go, and an island conversation kind of comes up, which is actually a good idea. Why not move to an island? The next morning, they finally arrive at Babylon. Tallahassee then burns the boats by tossing a concussive force detonator into the
I don't fucking
minivan.
know.
As they then
I
turn over
think
their
it means
handhelds to
I
get
need to be
engine.
level 90 in
Finding a drum
astrology.
circle, literally, they find Little Rock as well as Berkeley. Madison wants to
Pretty
stay there,
sure,
but the
could
rest
be
of the
wrong.
squad doesn't really fit in.
Not
So
my
Little Rock returns to
kneecap.
the drum circle like a huge hippie as Tallahassee
Not
begins to
my
hear the call of buffalo
kneecap.
and wants to head out. Tallahassee then gets a truck and leaves on his own, but then runs into a T-800, like literally runs into it, and an entire pack of them as they're headed towards Babylon. He begins his drive back as the group then starts lighting fireworks. How they have survived this long is well beyond me. Tallahassee tells them to shut off the fireworks, but it's way too late for that. Little Rock then breaks up with Berkeley on the spot as they decide they need to somehow fight these things. The plan is to basically burn these things and block them in. The fireworks go off, saying that the infected are inbound as the plan officially starts. So this kind of goes the same way as Pacific Playland, except there's no force multipliers. Instead, it's just some good old-fashioned hand-to-hand combat. Before they are horribly mangled, however, Nevada then
yeah.
shows up with a monster truck to rescue them
My
as they
mi-
got backed into a corner. What timing!
Micah did
However,
that, boys.
ultimately, they end up flipping it and then heading back to the hippie compound. As they finally get the hippies to do something with impeccable aim, they start throwing.
I'll fuck around a little bit of the broccoli. So, I'm gonna do wood cutting on. Do wood cutting. I heard astrology is pretty fucking good, did you? It's crazy. She's running. That bitch is running. I hit the T tree. It should be good. Save that bitch. Close out. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Dude, I've been getting good at it. Scruffy told you that at all?
No.
I hope you did.
No.
Because I feel like I've been getting.
Nope. You said your shit. Alright, stream. I'm gonna mute my mic, but I'm here. Hi.
Damn, Bubba, you juicy.
Hey, my shawty, so if she look like this, I'm about to take another pic right, Gucci Mane she like my white. Like a sidekick. I love my shawty body cause she quite thick, ayy. Cause she look like this. Might have taken another pic right quick, she made me like this. Yeah, I'm quarterbacking on that like this, women. Like this. My shawty singing cause she like my white. Like a sidekick. I love my shawty body cause she quite thick, ayy. I'm in the front row sitting loudly. You can come up to this front, you can show me. When you acting like that with your homies. Got your mama sipping bread, talking slowly. Aye, shawty, you ain't gotta ask, you can hold me. I'm white toast, she my butter, put it on me. When shawty breathing like that, she belong me. She ain't religious, but she still screaming holy. She my caffeine shawty like a cake cook. That she look fine with a cake cook. She putting powder on her nose like it's makeup. I see your mama shoot that shit just to wake up. When I see them French tips to them Jimmy Choos. Sweet life on his deck, come get on a cruise. Your shawty say my name, she say Bubba Juice. Hey, my shawty so. Cause she look like this. I'm about to take another pic right quick, she made me like this. Yeah, I'm quarterbacking on that like this, women. Like this. My shawty singing cause she like my white. Like a sidekick. I love my shawty body cause she quite thick, ayy.
Silly me. She said, can you make it hot, you gifted. He mad, drop a little flop, don't listen. Keep saying I'ma run the top, it's a mission. These niggas been had the ball, they break it. But we not politicking, please step back, need a whole lot of distance. Try and go for that crown, you miss it. Run that, fuck that, nigga, you try couldn't need, I don't waste no day. Never make time for the shit y'all say. Can't even say what the fuck, nigga, time out, I run shit on niggas by day. I been trying to win when it pit in my pace. Take it to the chin, now I stitch on my lace. Niggas do a whole lot of ride niggas too Wi-Fi, never bring shit my way. I know I make shit look easy, you never gon' see me. I'm ripping that pot in their face. I'm going through the peak, no easy. Don't tell me you don't need me. I been had enough of my plate. I grew up on the wings and the yays and the drakes. I can never save hoes with a mask and a cake. Try to maintain, but the code ain't safe. Niggas switching up teams, I ain't going no way.
I don't think I even gotta introduce myself. King of the ghetto, that's what they call me. And I don't love no bitch like I love my money.
No, I know I was muted. Oh, that's right. All you're hearing is music down here. Yeah. But it's lagging? That might. It could be my PC actually. That's why it's fucking up. It's just one of those times.
I know a lot of niggas don't like me, but guess what? I don't like a lot of niggas though. They talk shit when they 25 deep, but when I catch them by themselves, they don't never say shit.
That's alright.
Got enough going on in my life right now. You can get the fuck out my life right now. I swear to God, I might just start shooting. Y'all lucky I'm drunk, y'all lucky I'm high right now. If something happened to me and I die right now, same niggas say they hate me, gon' cry right now. Man,
I will say there is no game on
your
here.
nose growing, you telling a lie right now.
I got that shit back. I got off the wall.
Bitch, I'm good. All I gotta say, bitch, I'm good. I don't give a fuck about you, bitch, I'm good. 'Cause I'm
That doesn't matter.
I got a bitch talking shit cause I'm walking through the mall with a chick that ain't never seen my dick before. No wonder why I'm always like I'm one deep for life, even
Rip.
though I'm doing right the bitch.
That Johnny? No, that's Logan.
Relationship shit, I don't wanna get along. I guess all I really wanna do is get the
Oh.
dog. Cause that relationship shit, I
Why
had
is
my
he
ass in the
playing
county jail
there?
holding tank waiting to hit the floor. Look, I don't wanna do stress. I'd rather do
Aw.
stress. Shout out to God cause I know who you bless. I'ma represent for you till my
Put it in for him.
just give me your good life and give me your good death.
Oh.
I talk a lot of shit about some of my baby mamas, but I mean that shit, and that's a damn shame. Cause I could put Disneyland in their hands, still wouldn't say nothing nice right after they say my damn name. I got enough going on in my life right now. You can get the fuck out my life right now. I swear to God, I might just start shooting y'all. Lucky
that's
I'm
not
drunk,
good.
y'all lucky I'm high
You're
right
Logan.
now.
He's Logan. Everyone's Logan. Yeah, his real name's
Same
Logan.
niggas say they hate me, gon' cry right now. Man, I always had love for Ro. Why your nose growing, you telling a lie right now. But bitch, I'm good. Bitch, I'm good.
Aww. Bennett.
Bitch, I'm good.
Ah.
Fuck about you, bitch.
Damn it. So that's Ninja. Yeah, that's Ninja. That is the Ninja Man.
Keep on talking that shit and I'ma keep on not even knowing.
Diamond 3, you're in Diamond 3.
Third trio.
Places you can't afford to go in. If you ain't talking about a goddamn thing, you don't need to say nothing no more then. We on the grown man shit over here. It ain't just about drinking
There you
and
go. You didn't
smoking. I love my niggas, but I
Thing
love
is, I haven't been playing in a
Yeah.
while.
around to try to keep
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dough. Fuck that, they can get
Playing
the
like
fucking ain't gotta come
Team
back no
Scruffy
more.
and
Damn, I didn't see that bitch. You fuck. Invisible.
You play with Frank?
Invisible. Yeah.
Then they wonder why I'm the one man
Fucking-
band.
Aaron? Aaron?
Dude, he's so good at catching passes. Every time I do a pass, it's like he's cooking.
So
Did you see that shit?
above the ground is where I
Fucking laid up on that bitch. I said, hey, yo, what's good, player? I said, hey.
ain't gotta worry about a damn thing.
I coddled that baby. You know?
If I see two Maybachs, I'ma park it in the middle. Throw my keys at the pockets and get them. No ID, I'ma walk up through the middle. Can't go to whip like a pocket full of Skittles. Money in my pocket, but I don't know how to act right.
Done did the laggy thing again.
Club in the mop top in the
It
backlight.
starts
Still a
slow.
gorilla, he's a killer, that's night night. Legends in the fall. Got me a Chevy
Oh, it
Chevy,
reconnected this time,
got
though.
me a pack ready, and I'ma
Oh, nice. Is it back?
ready, and maybe we can talk.
Because, yeah, that, I don't know why it keeps doing that.
In East Nashville, done got beat up. Yeah, talking shit on the roof, he got cracked, left him on his back.
Did it come back, though?
We just bad
I think it came back. I gave it more retries, and I think that's why. Why came back. Fuck. Bro, is it back? Is it back? Is it back? Refresh. Refresh. So it's definitely I gotta restart my PC. It's my PC. Oh man, I could have done it. Everyone was there for it. That's good.
If I get drunk, I'ma leave, come up, pick up.
Oh yeah, Goof, you're muted again. What? Test. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm muted. Test. Oh fuck. Hold on. No. I gotta play with this. Hold on.
Go ahead. Yo, that switch off's crazy. Get it, yeah. Kind of have more control with that.
One second.
You got
Oh,
Oh. Get that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So close. What?
What just happened?
You just bumped 2 people. You just destroyed 2 people.
Nice. Nice. What a fucking crazy ass play. It's crazy. Oh, test 1 2 3. Why is it showing that like this shit's working now? Default. Yeah. It should be working.
I started playing. You started playing.
No. If anything, yeah.
I'm way better.
What?
What?
Damn, Bubba, you juicy.
No.
Hey, hold on, it's getting hot up in this bitch, so I'm about to start a. Hey, it's me. Hey, y'all messing with the real YC. You see me popping on your FYP. Come on, shorty, take a SIT. You on?
What I said.
I got a bad little mama with no kids. I'm in a hot chat chilling with a bib.
Damn.
Little mama with a 500
What a
niggas, I'm
fucking
on.
match. Hold on. Am I?
It's me. Hey, y'all messing with the real YC. You see me
Oh,
popping on
froze
your
again.
FYP.
Is it doing the reconnecting thing?
SIT, you on? There she is.
Yo.
I got a bad little mama with no kids. I'm in a
Nah, it's on. It's on. You can hear my mic. Everything good? I don't know. This shit's all fucky wucky. You out this bitch? Alright, homie. It's been a pleasure. Word. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I gotta set everything real quick before I kick it. Steve Bresky. Hold up. Go back here.
Come on, shorty, take a SIT. You on?
What else do I need to do? I ain't gotta do shit. Performance mode. Cool. Easy mode. Tells me. There we go. Stage 3. Hey, yes, sir. I am champ. Okay. Div 3. Okay, so I got a few losses before I lose that. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Dragon Breaker. The Heartbreaker. You're. Oh, man, I missed the boost. That's crazy work. Fuck. Hit it in, play. Nice. Holy shit. That was 6 foot. No way. What a fucking play. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know what keeps going on, man. My stream keeps fucking off, man. My stream keeps fucking off, man. What? Fuck. Fucking A. No. Don't let him do it to us, boss. Don't let him do it to us. Don't let him do it to us, boss. Don't let him do it to us. Don't let him do it to us, boss. Don't let him do it to us. Don't let him do it to us, boss. Don't let him do it to us. Yay, we win those games. Yay. It's so much fun. I love when we win games. Division up. We're about to be champ. Once we hit champ, we're gonna dip. Dippin' dots. Dippity dip dip dots. Dippin' dots. Maybe. Yeah, no. Because I gotta do my mile shit. What time is it? Ah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Fuck. I'll take that. No. Looking a little tough out here, boys. Looking a little tough out here. He's got no. Hey, goddamn, hey, goddamn, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn. Holy shit. Ooh, nice shot, nice shot. Good pass. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. fucked. One more? One more. One more try. One more try. One more try. One more. Okay. All right, we can't end off on that one. They were not feeling it. Although I fucked up. I made up for that sick ass save, alright? That sick ass save was sick. You know what I'm saying? That shit was sick. Yo, stocks moving up. What's up? What I see? I see some shit about the stickies. The sticky stockies. Sticky stockies. Calm the fucking down, the fuck? Bitch, that shit was at like goddamn $80, $90 the other day, man. The hell? Boom. Oh yeah. Hey, you got that, alright? Yeah, and I got that. You know what I'm saying? And centered. You got that all day, baby. I can roll, baby. Excuse me, boys. Oh, Ricky. Ricky Bobby. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. 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 What a 50. Almost. Got the Mr. No Boost. Mr. No Boost. Call me the Mr. No Boost. Nice. Oh my god. Please. No. Centered. Come on.